Hey, if you're enjoying the content here at Dennis Sperling Unfiltered, make sure you support it by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds. Hey, if you're enjoying the content here at Dennis Sperling Unfiltered, make sure you support it by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds.
Te hicieron sexy y con sabrosura. Tú tienes la magia y tienes el sabor. Oye, mami sexy, acaba con todo. Tú tienes la magia, tú tienes sazón. Oye, mamacita, para romper con todo. La dueña de swing, la dueña de todo. La del más caché, la que tiene todo. La dueña de swing, la dueña de todo. La que tiene swing, para romper con todo. Te hicieron chula, tiene cadera y calentura. Te hicieron bella, te hicieron dura, te hicieron sexy y con sabrosura. Tú tienes la magia y tienes el sabor. Oye, mami sexy, acaba con todo. Tú tienes la magia, tú tienes el sazón. Oye, mamacita, para romper con todo. Aprovechala y apriétala. Sácala a bailar.
sí. Arroz sí. Acá. Yo no comiera mucho en la noche.
No.
Cuando tú comieras mucho en la noche, tu dormir muy grande. Desayuno, cine, muy bueno. Almuerzo, muy bueno. Sí.
¿Te ha pasado nada? Sí. Oye.
No, que este vaina me tiene a mí, ¿ves?
El baile.
Gracias, amor.
¿Te sigue más?
No, especial. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Donate to the Super Chat. Donate to the PayPal. Donate to the Cash App. It's your contributions and your donations that'll cause for this platform to grow. Let our voice be the voice, the preeminent voice in Black America. What's up, you guys? This is Dennis Sperling. Welcome back to the broadcast. I appreciate having everybody here, man. Big shout out to all my wrench mobs, all my members. A. Wilson's Ghost. Big shout out to you. Who else we got? A political scientist, the political scientist. Thank you so much, sir. Who else we got in here, man? Let's go ahead and just start it off. Brandon Hardgrove, thank you for checking in. Who else we got? My God, let's see. Urban Eagle, my guy, what's happening, brother? Always good. Channel Dreams, big shout out to you too, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me see who else we got. Urban Eagle, everybody, man. It's just good to have you guys here today. I appreciate having y'all here. Today, we're going to do something that I plan to do at least on a monthly or weekly basis, and that is just acknowledge Kevin Samuels and his fans, and just try to keep an update on what's going on. Sometimes I'll have his friends, sometimes I'll have his relatives, sometimes we'll just talk about his work, because for many of you guys, you're the reason why you became so interested in YouTube. I mean, nobody had his charisma, nobody had his style. You see what I mean? He knew how to talk to people, he knew how to deal with people. How many other folks do you know could take something live, taking questions live like he did? I mean, that was amazing. To be able to take somebody live on the air, you don't know who's calling in, dealing with the public. You got to love that, man. The man was talented. A lot of folks, and he fit the part, looked good, always had his clothes on point. We all can learn a lot from him. I picked up a few things, man. I was hanging out with him in New York and a couple other YouTubers right before he passed away. He put me up on Creed. You know that cologne Creed? Who knew, right? I thought that was just Rocky's adversary. Yeah, who knew they had a wonderful smelling cologne. Been wearing it ever since. It's now become part of my permanent collection. So along with acknowledging him and his work, I do also want to continue at some point, hopefully, promoting some of the things he promoted. I'm not so much into the style and the perfume and cologne sort of thing, but I know there are people out there who are. And so what I'll do is from time to time, just kind of invite folks up, and promote people who have businesses like that. But in the meantime, here's the thing. Kevin's only been dead past for a month or so, and I find something very peculiar, and some of you all may be seeing the same thing. And what it is that I see is that a lot of people are beginning to copy his style. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't there. I don't know. But let me show y'all. I want you to check this out. First of all, let's get the hit the KS button. Where all the Kevin Samuels fans at? Let's start with that. Let's do that. All the Kevin Samuels fans. A lot of you guys migrated over here after his passing, and I want to acknowledge those Kevin Samuels fans. Hopefully one day I'll earn your love, your trust, your appreciation, and you'll be my fans. But at this point, man, y'all Kevin Samuels fans, and we're going to keep it live. We're going to keep it hot over here. I'm always going to acknowledge you guys because it's necessary. So all the Kevin Samuels fans, and I know y'all appreciate the work I'm doing. That's why you're watching. I'm a humble man. I don't have any problem with sharing credit, prestige. I learned so much from Kevin. He's the reason that I upgraded my cameras and you know what I'm saying? I got a microphone, start wearing the coat and tie. Dennis, why don't you wear a coat and tie? You a whole, complete, and entire lawyer out here. And you know what I'm saying? You need to probably wear a coat and tie. Got it. Dig it. Other folks, O'Shea Duke Jackson put me on game. Dennis, you got an advantage. Do the law thing. And that's why when rulings come out, like the other day we were talking about the recent Supreme Court rulings, you guys appreciate that because that's the advantage that I have, and I enjoy sharing with you guys, But what we want to do is we want to always acknowledge Kevin Samuels. The man has meant much to me and my family. As you guys know, some of you may know, he's the reason why I met my fiance. At a certain point over the past 10 years, I had given up on dating in America altogether because it was just so many few women. The good women are already married off, right? And so you literally got to go somewhere else to get one. But, he created this little online group. I decided at the last minute to join it. I did. I found a beautiful young lady. It's been going on 2 years now. We've been engaged for almost a year. It's a beautiful thing, So big shout out to Kevin Samuels and his fans, man. You guys, he loved his fans. He loved talking to you. The man would not. I tried. Look, bro, why don't you get some security guard? Why don't you get some? Nope. He loved this cat. He loved his fans. He wanted to talk to the people. And for the most part, 99% of the people that rolled up on him in public, whatever color they were giving them shout outs. He appreciated them, man. The man did much work. His work is everlasting. So I want to just acknowledge the Kevin Samuels fans. Hit the KS button if you're a Kevin Samuels fan. Go ahead and do that. Hit the KS button if you're a Kevin Samuels fan, right? This is for you. Hit the KS button if you're a Kevin Samuels fan. Big shout out to him. Now, that said, here's what I've noticed. I've noticed that there are a lot of people who did know him, didn't know him, some of his detractors, some people that I'm not too familiar with the YouTube politics, but things like this, the teachings of Kevin Samuels, written by DJ Jones. I don't even know who this person is, but here's what I do know. The family didn't authorize this. They have no knowledge of this. They had no knowledge of this, but here it is. So what does that tell me? That tells me that what he said was important. That tells me that the things that he was doing, his words, his philosophy, his teachings, it meant a lot to a lot of people. I personally, I don't know what to say, but imitation is what? What do they say about imitation? The highest form of flattery. That's what I do know. But my God, the man hadn't even been passed away for a season, and now you got people already basically taking his style. Just think about that, man. All these folks that had all these words for him. And now they're taking his style. And y'all know who they are. They're opportunists. I'm going to tell you now, I can't do it. I'm not a relationship guru. I'm into making money. I'm into accumulating power, influence. That's what I like to do. Taking care of my children, being a family man. These are the things that I enjoy doing. Kevin enjoyed having these conversations. Kevin enjoyed talking to the public. I don't know if there's ever going to be another one like him. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Okay. But what I do know is that he was right. That's my whole point. What I do know is that he was right. How do I know he was right? Well, just like I told you, got all these people biting his style. What does that tell you? That means that they knew all along he was right, man. They knew all along he was right, and a lot of these people were just hating on him. They were just hating on him. Some of these folks have switched their whole game up, right? Trying to snatch Kevin Samuels' audience. I mean, they're picking the man's pockets, and will walk right over his body to sell his jewels and treat it just like their own. And see, the thing is, it's not just women stealing the man's talking points and his style, because the truth is the talking points came from YouTube. The talking points came from what's called the Black Manosphere or Manosphere. They've been doing this for 15 to 20 years, since the men's rights movement was over. It goes way back to people like TFM, the Sandman. What's my man? Of course, Thugtician. These guys. And Barbarossa. Way back, the original Manosphere guys who date back to like 2004 or 5. But his style, though, how he dealt with the ladies. See, a lot of these panderers, they used to come with the incense and the smoke and the Queen Mother Goddess and try to throw some correction in, but mask it with all that perfume so the ladies wouldn't get offended. They were never coming straight at the ladies like they coming at them now. And see, I know a lot of y'all talk about Patrice, and the other comedians and the actors, but see, here's the thing. There's always been a place for comedians and actors because they're saying it, but they still have plausible deniability because it's jokes and it's funny. Kevin came straight at him, and it wasn't about the funny and the humor. That's the difference. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can, if you want to talk about comedians keeping it 100, you can go all the way back to Richard Pryor. You can go back to all these Bill Cosby back in the day. But the thing is, they weren't saying it like he's saying it. You see, this is what I'm trying to help y'all understand. So the talking points come from these gentlemen. And so I'm always going to give a big shout out to Barbarossa, because as far as I'm concerned, Barbarossa is one of the originators of this entire red pill MGTOW philosophy. This whole thing is now taking on its own world and its own. It's beginning to change the world. So big shout out to him. And if you guys don't know, Barbarossa is a Dominican dude from New York. He's a black man. Basically, he's an Afro-Latino dude from New York. He is one of the founders of what we call this red pill philosophy. And Thugtician, somebody that I just got tuned into about 6 or 7 months ago. The brother, if you listen to him, these men are brilliant. I want y'all to listen to them. Contrast those men to what you hear today, and you will understand why. Okay, this is a well thought out philosophy. So you listen to them. They're thoughtful. They're not just people blah, 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 and screaming on the internet. These are intelligent men who are thoughtful and educated, and they came up with this philosophy. And now look what it's done here only 15 years later. And they themselves were products who came along after the men's rights movement, the frustration that happened. So this is what I'm saying. The talking points have been around, but there's never been anyone who could deliver them like Kevin Samuels. So hit the KS button for him, man. I appreciate what he did. Now, here's the thing. I don't really mind, folks taking his word and using it and spreading it around. I don't really think that's a problem. I mean, yeah, it would be ideal if they would make sure his family got what they deserve, but the family's going to take care of that because it's causing for the message to be spread around, which is what Kevin really wanted, which is what BGS Ibmore really wanted, which is what Obsidian, two men I listen to all the time. That's what they wanted. You see? But the other thing I notice is now a lot of people are noticing the delusion of modern women. They see the delusion. They see it now. They now understand what modern men have been talking about. Now, again, whether they believe the message or not, these new people who are taking his stuff, they're proving him right. Whether they're making profit or not, they're still proving him right. And that's the most important thing we need to focus on. And that's how we keep his legacy alive. Because you had all these people saying, oh, I did like that. But now, damn, look what we see. And here's the other thing. You got folks calling it out. I see stuff every day now on the internet that just trips me out. And it's almost like I see it with new eyes now. I mean, I got stuff I've been showing you guys all week. And the whole point of this, and what's the question? The question was the answer. Modern men don't think modern women are worthy. Let me explain something to you guys for a minute. You ladies especially. We got some ladies in the house. Look, I don't do relationship advice. That's not what I do. I'm a hard-hitting businessman. I'm a trial lawyer. I'm a father, you know, but because I'm a father, because I'm raising my sons, it's important that I always put good information out there for young men. Why? Because these same young men are going to have an influence on my son because they're all going to grow up in the same world. And so it's important for me to have a better understanding of manhood and what's going to be required because I got to teach this to my sons. Ladies, modern men don't think modern women are worthy. Kevin Samuels was trying to get you ladies together because he had spent 5 years working on these young men, getting them together. But then he realized, man, these women are not even ready to be, you know, mates for these men that I've spent time working on. They don't think you're worthy. I want you ladies to understand something. And your grandmothers probably told you this if you had good grandmothers. Your grandmothers told you that you can't do everything that a man does, didn't she? Your grandmother told you you can't be as promiscuous as a man. They're going to treat you differently if you're out there in the streets throwing yourself here and there. You can't do what men do. They're not going to see you. A man has a bunch of women in his life. Okay, we can get over that. His job is to protect and provide. A woman's job is to do what? Be the man's better half, at least as far as marriage is concerned. Do you think a man wants to marry a woman who is as bad as he is, morally speaking? Shout out to Theo Waif, new member. Do you think that a man wants to marry a woman who is as bad as he is, morally speaking? How can you be my better half if I know I ain't shit? Excuse the language, but you ain't shit either. You're not virtuous. You're not loving. You're promiscuous. You're out there in the streets. Think about that. Is that really a woman that I want to be with? Men are not going to sacrifice for women like that. Men are not going to want to do everything it requires a man to do to protect, to provide for a woman who is out in the streets like that. You're not worthy. You're not chaste. You're not good mothers. You're not good wives. You're not girlfriends. This is what these dudes are saying. That's why 54%, and I'm going to have a blackety black moment. That's why 54% of black men aren't married and don't have children. Because they don't deem you worthy. And Kevin Samuels has been screaming and yelling at you guys for past 2.5 years, telling you that. Men don't see you worthy. It's an alarm. The man was screaming an alarm bell and nobody was listening. And now he's gone. You're not going to get anybody else. Nobody else wants that job. You got a few pretenders coming along, stealing his style and talking like they've been in the manosphere for a minute. But they don't want that job because it's too hard. I want to show y'all what Kevin was talking about. Matter of fact, this is going to be a clip that I picked up, and you listen to it for yourself. You tell me, are these women worth?
With my mom, Are you serious? I know you fucking lying. And you just sitting there quiet. You ain't got shit to say, Mom? Really? You ain't got shit to say.
Really? So you just
No, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm going to put it on Facebook. I want everybody to see the two is right here, what they doing in my bed, my bed.
I'm still your mother.
I don't care who you are. Obviously, you don't care that I'm your daughter, right?
No,
You over here sleeping with my baby daddy. This my baby daddy.
You don't clean.
Because I be at work. I be at work.
You don't.
I be at work.
Like, you don't treat him right. What you expect him to do?
You got a whole man and you talk about I don't treat you right?
Oh, girl, come on now.
And
There is no way in hell you can look at the average 40-plus-year-old woman and say they are the same caliber of serious as your grandmother was at that age.
this is what you do
Did you
with
hear
my
that?
mom?
Did you hear that? Did y'all hear the whole story? Did you get what was going on in that video? Apparently, this young woman has a child by the man that was laying in the bed next to his mother. I'm sorry. This young woman has a child by the man that was laying in the bed next to her mother. I don't know. I didn't see any faces. I don't know any identities. But what I do know is that is wholly inappropriate. The Jamaicans call that eating food out the same pot, or the Africans, I believe. You eating your food out the same pot. This man is sleeping. He got a baby by the daughter and is messing around with the mother, and the mother condones it. And then she tried to pull the mother card as if that is supposed to garner some respect. Again, I told you guys, Big Mama is dead. What do I mean by that? Do you guys get what I meant by that when I said Big Mama is dead? Do y'all understand that whole phrase? Have any of you guys ever seen the Tyler Perry movies? Y'all know who Tyler Perry is, right? Tyler Perry in the, I guess, 90s, early 2000s created an entire industry out of making movies about a matriarchal character or woman that many Black people in Black America grew up with. This was called Big Mama. She was Medea. She was Grandma. She was Momma. She was the Black woman in the family that held it down. Most of them were born in the early 20th century, around 1901 to 1920, some 1930. And they grew up in a different time period. They were the women who gave birth to those women who came up in the 1960s. Those women walked around the house. They were the ones that cooked collard greens and cornbread from scratch. They had the backyard garden with the turnip greens in it and the peach tree. I had a grandmother like that. Straight out of Mississippi. Some of y'all had some from Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, where else? Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Most of them were Southern women. Some from the Midwest. But for the most part, you had women with values, traditional family values. They loved Jesus. Most of them had a big Bible in their house somewhere. The big one, you know, that big one that looked like you can hold the door open with it. Virginia, Kansas. That's right. Big Mama, Medea, Grandma, Momma. Y'all loved her. Y'all respected her. She probably had a gun and knew how to garden. She didn't have to read any books. She had an almanac in her house somewhere. Raised all them kids. You found yourself over there with your cousin and your cousin's cousin, the whole family, the whole neighborhood knew her. She always had a pot of greens cooking. They loved her. Now, Big Mama passed away in the 80s. She passed away in the 90s. She's not here anymore. She's gone now. That woman that we love so much, that held it down, that we held in such high regard. We loved her. Many of you black men loved your grandmothers more than you loved your own mothers because your mothers would dump you off on your grandma anyway. You know who I'm talking about. Meemaw and Paw and Grandma, my dear. Y'all know the names. Would sit in that chair and watch everybody as they came in the house. Look at your girlfriend. You want everybody to meet her. You think grandma got a special kind of sense about her, so you want people to meet her so she can detect them. You know that. Used to keep her money right here in her in her bra. That's who I'm talking about. Or under her bed. Always had candy for the children. Peppermints usually. And licorice. Used to put her teeth on the side of the bed. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? In that cup on the side of the bed. You know what I'm talking about. Used to be on the stove making up some candy, that licorice candy to make you cough up all that sickness she had in it. Knew how to hold a baby to make him cry. Could hold anybody's baby. Put you across your knee. Put you to sleep. Pat you on your back. Chew food up and give it to you in your mouth. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. That was Big Mama, man. And we loved her. And that's the only reason so many of you black men are still holding on to the idea of being with a black woman. But these modern women are different. Some of y'all in tears right now because I'm reminding you of that grandma. Kept money in the second purse. Always had a sock full of money somewhere around the house. I'm telling you, I know what you're talking about. Used to drop that fat back in the greens. And at the point you told her, well, Mama, I don't eat pork no more. She's like, all right, baby, just pull it out, right? Be in the kitchen, had that cup of grease that she never threw away, that cup of grease on top of the stove in the cooking can. And she'll fish some grease out and make bacon, eggs, whatever, right? You know who I'm talking about. Tell you, don't mix the fish grease with the other grease. Put the fish grease in that cup. Cook foods, come out smelling good. Had you thinking about eating chitlins again. That's what she was doing on New Year's Day. Black eyed peas and chitlins, all these sort of things. Probably didn't even graduate from high school and knew more than most of the people you know. Being there, hitting your sisters and your cousins and your mamas upside the head with that hot iron, flattening that hair out, cooking hair in the kitchen on that open oven. You know what I'm talking about. All you could smell in the house was hair burning because she's straightening hair out. The girls come out with the tips of their ears burnt right there. You know what I'm talking about, man. That lady that dedicated her life to the family. That lady that came through with the long dresses on. Used to put Vaseline on her forehead, make her look good. This is who we talking about. Always had a bottle of castor oil in the house somewhere for sick babies. This is who we talking about. Had the rotary phone, right? Didn't even know what a cell phone was. Give me that, call it a pocket phone. Where's that pocket phone at when they first came out? This is who we love, brothers. This is who we love. It hurt us when she started walking around with that walker. It hurt us when she would complain about that arthritis. And at a certain point, grandma said, I'm ready to go. All my sisters gone. My husband died. I'm tired. And we did our best. We did our best to keep her around and make her as comfortable as we could. We feel guilty because we didn't love her as much as we should have, because we didn't know how valuable she was. Did we? We didn't know how valuable Big Mama was. My dear, Momma, Meemaw, we didn't know how valuable she was. If we could just hear her voice one more time. She didn't even care about the things she cared about. She wanted to make sure all the children were well fed and clean before they went to bed, had a pallet on the floor to sleep in, would come through in the middle of the night and put covers on top of you. These are the type of women that we had. This is who these black men love and respected. But she's not here anymore. And what we have now are not that caliber of women. See, you brothers would take a bullet for grandma. You would make sure grandma's bills were paid before your own goddamn bills were paid. You would take off work to take grandma to all them different hospitals and doctor's offices that she needs to see. You had no problem doing that. You love your grandma. You love your big mama. She always trying to send you off with a plate. Grandma, I'm full. You wish you could have some of her fried chicken and cornbreads and collard greens again, and black-eyed peas, and that peach cobbler, oh my God, and that homemade ice cream. You miss her. I know you do. And I miss her too. But fellas, we're in a different time now. These modern women are not worthy. They are not like grandma. They're not like Mima. They're not like Big Mama. They're not worthy. And we have discovered that. And that is what Kevin Samuels was trying to explain to these ladies. Ladies, you are not like the grandmothers that came before you. That woman who you saw sleeping with that young man who has a child by her daughter had to be at least 40-something years old, 45 years old. Unmarried, she got a man. You in a situation now where you got women who are mothers, who are grandmothers, they in the club with their daughters. This is what we're dealing with now. No scruples, no boundaries, no self-respect. This is what we're dealing with. And you wonder why men are like, I'm good, I'm cool. You wonder why Kevin Samuels was so popular with the fellas. Why they would $100, $200, $1,000, $10. Because men were finally happy that somebody was telling these women, you are not worthy. And let me tell you all the reasons why. And we were overjoyed to have somebody speak up on our behalf. Now, grandma's 40-something years old, and she's looking to have a hot girl summer. Think about that. Can you ever imagine your grandma from the 1980s and 1990s hanging out at the club with her daughters who are in their 20s and 30s? Women who often grew up on farms and plantations or picked cotton or corn, spent their whole life raising their babies and being the best wives they could be and dealing with all sorts of stuff. Can you imagine that? I can't. At all. I can imagine, however, that our grandmothers would be telling these women the same thing that a lot of these men on YouTube are telling women. You're not worthy. The same thing that Kevin Samuels was telling these women. You're not worthy. This is what we're dealing with. And see, here's the crazy thing. Now that Kevin is gone, you got other women out there saying the same thing. And look, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. You know, I would like for the family to get what there was due, but Kevin wanted this message to spread, so it's a good thing. I'm going to share with you something else. Check this video out, what this young lady is saying.
Male collective delusion is running rapid. And I got my confirmation yesterday when I saw that femininity coaching April Mason matchmaking self closed her dating academy. I don't know what rock I've been under, but I thought she just opened it. And her reason why is understandable. She said, the majority that come to me have unrealistic expectations, the selfishness, fake everything, think they should be chosen because they have a vagina and good looks, the entitlement, just mean, not knowing the difference between being a woman and a wise woman, and will fight you to be strong, not knowing how to be versus do, thinking being a feminine woman is weak or a pick me, whatever it is, placing the blame and not taking responsibility or accountability for the choices they made in men, being disagreeable, defensive, argumentative about everything, always finding something to nitpick about, looking for perfection. If you mention anything about doing something kind for the man they choose, is what he's going to do for me, and the list goes on. I'm sorry, but I agree. I agree. I mean, women are out here, y'all tripping. Y'all are real selfish. Y'all are out here just not even caring about what men want. And I understand that men treated us that way for a long time.
This is for the men who...
Here's the thing. Now, I don't know these young ladies. I don't know them. I'm not. Kevin was actually telling me you need to get to know the people on YouTube. I don't know these folks. I don't do relationship advice. But what I do know is that a lot of these things that I hear being said sound a lot like what Kevin was saying. But aside from that, what this woman is saying here, and if y'all know her, make sure you give her a shout out, you know, fair use and all that. But I acknowledge people in their wisdom. What I'm saying is, it would appear to me that she's come to the same conclusion that Kevin Samuels and so many other men have come to. And if you have women saying the same thing, then what does that mean? That means it must be true. So when the question is presented, was Kevin Samuels right? Yes. He was right, I believe. Now, what we have here is some women who this is the delusion that a lot of these women are talking about. And so, fair use, let's continue.
somehow think that they're the prize. Darling, I'm paying my own rent, my own car note, my own car insurance, my telephone bill. Somehow you think you're the prize and I should submit to you? Is he?
So here's the thing. What you hear is this woman saying that a woman who comes at you with her resume and telling you the bills that she paid, that's what you're supposed to do, sweetheart. You're a grown up. You're supposed to pay your own bills. You paying for your own bills does not make you the prize. That's you paying for your own bills. You're doing what adults are supposed to do. And see, let me tell you something, folks. I'm not that compassionate. Kevin actually tried to save women. He actually said, hey, baby, go get a job, get married. Go get married. Don't worry about the career. You're going to mess up your stuff. You want to be a man, go ahead and be a man. You want to get a job and work like a man, you go right on ahead. I'm not going to stop you, because there are plenty of other women out there who want the role of being a housewife and a mother. I'm cool with those. Those are the women I'm trying to go with, no matter what their ethnicity is and what their color is. That's what I'm saying. You want to be a man, be a man. You can be as ugly in the face as I am right now. After years and years of working and being out there fighting, and you going to look like me when you get my age, as opposed to being smart like these pretty young girls who realize, let me get me a man to stand in front of me in this hardship that's headed my way. You want to go out there and be a man, so go right on ahead. But let me tell you something. There's only so much that makeup is going to do. At some point, you just going to weathered out and beat up and tired and going to be the man that you always wanted to be. That's it. That's a lot of these. I realize that a lot of these women are masculine and they just want to be dudes. So let's fight it out like men. Get on out there, hit that rat race and do what you do. I don't care if you die. Die alone, die on the curb. I don't care. Once you put yourself in a masculine, manly arena, I'm going to treat you like a man, period. That's all I have for you. I'm not trying to save these women. It's not my job. If you die, you die. Okay? Kevin tried to. It didn't work. Y'all beat him up and yelled at him. Now all you got left is the Blizzard King. Let's continue listening to this.
Asking you for peace. What exactly disrupted his peace for him to have to ask you for peace?
But the venge.
Did you hear that? So basically, that young lady in the blue was saying that a man, you should not be his peace. In other words, if a man is asking you for peace, what disturbed his peace? No, ma'am. What he's saying is, when I come home, I want peace. Be my peace. Help me keep the peace. Peace of mind and happiness is what a man needs when he comes home to his woman. What purpose do you serve if you're as loud and aggressive and mean and nasty as the world that he just got through fighting with? Be his peace means try to make his home life peaceful. Stop trying to bring all that heat and drama to him because you had a bad day, because you don't feel good about yourself. So you want to disturb his peace. Fellas, if you ever meet a woman like that, man, just leave her alone, man. It's not worth it. She hadn't been properly trained how to deal with a man. And you shouldn't be taking advice from women who were not raised in a house with a man. So if she was raised by a single mother, she's not the one to be giving you advice on what a man should do. And if she had one of these weak dads who let the mom run all over her or run all over him, that's not a woman that you want to be around, because she's going to expect you to fall into that subservient role. Let her go out there and get her one of those dudes that are willing to sit up in her house and take her foolishness and listen to her orders. That's the type of woman those masculine women need. She don't want to bring peace. Guess what's the opposite of peace? Conflict. And so if you deal with a woman like that, you have nothing but conflict coming, fellas. I can tell you that. Again, I don't do relationship advice. That's not what we're here for. I talk about peace, conflict, power, influence, money, success. These are the things. These are the things I want you guys to work on. Being the best men you can be, fulfilling your role and what you're supposed to do for God. That's what we do here on this page. We build men. What you decide to do after you become the best man that you could be is none of my damn business. I just want you brothers to be all of you men, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, but I specifically focus on my brothers. I want you black men to be the best men you can be. I want you to strive to be the best men on this planet. I want you to put yourselves first. I want you to put your priorities first. I want you to put God first. More than just God first. Put what God wants you to do first. The Muslims say submit to the will of Allah, which means whatever it is God has planned for you, do that. It's a great statement. And when they say Allah, they simply mean God. So figure out what it is God wants you to do and do that. That's what I want for you men. The last thing I give a damn about is a relationship. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. In my life, relationships are like 10th or 15th down the road. You understand? Because I realize women come and go. And it's unfortunate to say that, but they come and go. You want to go? You can go. You want to stay? Well, that depends. Are you going to be able to fall in line with this set of rules and regulations that I'm going to put you under? Because, see, I can call the shots because I'm the boss. My house, my car, my money, my influence, my social status, it's all mine. So you're going to have to fall in line. I can do that. I've earned that right. And that's what happens when you spend your time building yourself up and making yourself the best man you can be. And then you reach out and go get a mate, a woman to have your children and these sort of things. I wish somebody had taught me that a lot sooner. Now I'm of the position that I can explain that to you. But again, I don't do relationships, man. It's a waste of time. Focus on your money. Chase money. Don't chase women. You'll lose a lot of money chasing women. You won't lose no women chasing money. Remember that. But either way, let's listen to this young lady some more.
The revengeful behavior. Sis, it's all in my comment section. And then when I call women out on it, you're bashing. No, I'm not. But when you see me drag a Dusty to filth, you're clapping me on. Come on, y'all. Not all of us are on some goddess queen type of stuff. Some of us are serpents and peasants. I'm just telling you the truth. When someone is telling you the truth, you have to start taking accountability. Let's keep it a buck. Yes, there are different types of femininity, and not every woman is walking around here trying to be Lori Harvey. But I can promise you, manipulating men, not healing from your own shit, being selfish, lying to these men, using them, draining them financially, and whatever else y'all are out here doing to these men. It's not femininity, sis. That is not okay. You do not want that type of energy. The universe will give it right back to you.
Now, look, I don't know this young lady. I know you probably know her. She seems like she's famous. But what she said was right and exact. Did you hear what she said? Draining you. This is what the women are doing. This is what modern women are doing. This is the reputation, what this young lady said right here. That she's telling y'all, now that you have women telling on other women. She's telling you the same thing that Kevin Samuels been telling. She's telling you the same thing that your boyfriends and your husband have been telling you. That's what she's doing. And it's true. So you can't keep saying stuff like, he's a misogynist. Kevin's dead. Kevin Samuels is gone. Hit the KS button for Kevin Samuels. He's gone. You can't keep saying it's just men who are misogynists and sexist saying it when you have women saying the same damn thing. You're going to have to take this truth now. Now, again, I'm doing this because our good friend, our good brother, Kevin is gone. And as an acknowledgement to his fans, understand that his legacy lives on. Understand that. You were right, Kevin. His fans, y'all were right. So when these knuckleheads and fools tell you stuff like, are you a Kevin Samuels fan? Hell yeah, I'm a Kevin Samuels fan. And he was right. And the reason I know he's right, because I see all these people out here biting his style right now. It's like after Tupac died. Y'all remember, some of y'all old enough to remember when Tupac died? Huh? Ja Rule popped up. Huh? Guess who else popped up? All the dudes had to be skinny, dark-skinned dudes with bald heads at that point. DMX popped up. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, let's keep it 100. Y'all forgot. Y'all wasn't, y'all were young. Y'all just, these are icons. Oh my God. Right? That's what happened. 50 Cent showed up, started singing songs. Shout out to 50. I love his music. But he wouldn't have been able to breathe if Tupac was still around. When he showed up, it just wouldn't have been there. They bit his style. Most of the hip hop you listen to right now is a result of what was going on in the early mid 90s and the late 90s between Biggie Smalls and Tupac. I'm saying they gave birth to all these rappers. You would not have a Jay-Z if you didn't have a Biggie Smalls. It just wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have happened. When Big died, it created a vacuum for Jay-Z to fill it. When Pac died, it created a vacuum for all these other rappers to come in and get little bits of what he was teaching, little bits of what he was saying, and incorporate it in. You didn't have thug dudes singing songs before Pac. All eyes on me. You didn't have gangster rappers singing that. They wasn't singing songs. Pac did that. Pac shout out to and look. Let's give credit what credit is due. Pac did that, man. Gangsters. I know y'all talking about Outkast. No, I'm talking about gangsters. Outkast was pimping Southern Playalistic Cadillac. It was a different vibe. Pac was gangster. Hit him up. He was hanging with the B-Dogs. Okay, rolling with Suge. He was gangster when he was doing it. But singing songs at the same time. You didn't have that. So these different rappers came along and took part of his style you know, they incorporate, they made millions of dollars. I ain't mad at them, but let's never forget. Let's not forget Biggie Smalls. Let's not forget Tupac. Let's not forget Kevin Samuels. We are a month out. We're a month out of his passing. And you got people stealing his style right now. So what? Let's give him his credit. We knew he was good at what he did. Let's stop running from the originator of that style. Again, the talking points have been running around the internet for years now. But nobody came and packaged it up and wrapped it up and put it, you know, and cut it and chopped it up like that, baby. Huh? Nobody did it like that. Nobody delivered it like Kevin Samuels, smooth. Huh? Nicki Minaj, y'all remember that interview? Smooth. She came in for smoke. She came in for smoke, man. And your boy did what? He just, all right. Called, just calmed her right on down. Took all that thunder out of her voice. Had her giggling. It was smooth, man. Nobody did it like that. Some of these internet dudes, yeah, you got the talking points, but all you gonna do is make somebody angry with you. You're gonna end up on the FBI hate list. You're gonna be on the terrorist list the way you act. Nobody wants to listen to you. The man was smooth. He knew what he was doing. Look how he handled some of those young girls that called in. Where's your daddy? Where's your daddy? Go talk to your daddy. You remember that video I put up the other day? Where's your daddy, young lady? He was smooth, man. So get a man his credit. But back to the main point, ladies. This is where you are. These men don't think you're worthy. These men do not think you're worthy of marriage material. Let's do a poll. I already know what the answer is going to be. How many of you men, say modern men, think modern women are worthy of marriage? Let's ask the question. Who will change it up? Do you, modern men? Do you, modern men, think modern women are worthy of marriage? Let's see what the poll says. Yes or no? My man Abraham T. He says, we got to take a commercial for you, bro, because you came through. You came through with the $100. Anybody over $100, we take a commercial break for you. And so appreciate you, bro. We're going to run this quick commercial for him. And we'll be right back. But look, here's the thing. What are you saying, brother? Trying to get the DR this winter, need to hook up on the villa? No problem. Send me an email, sperlingdennis@gmail.com. I'll plug you in. You know, Uncle D is the plug. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all mess with me like that, man. It's a lot of people. I changed my name to the Bounty Hunter for a reason. Y'all really shouldn't mess with me. I'm not the one. But either way, let's get back to this conversation. Hit me up at sperlingdennis@gmail.com, man. I'll plug you in with some few things here and there. Help you out as best I can. We'll do a little consultation. Anyway, man, also big shout out to Abraham T. Let's run a quick commercial on your behalf. We'll be right back with this program. All right, we're back. Big shout out to my man for giving me that $100 contribution, man. We always want to run commercials, but that's going to go straight to the commercial fund. Thank you, Abraham T. Look, I'm going to go ahead and open the chat room up because I want to hear what y'all got to say. I mean, you see I got that bat signal up. That's the Kevin Samuels signal. It looks like they need him, but somebody else is trying to fill his shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm pointing it out. I see it happening. But the main point is what? It would appear to me that you modern men have determined something that we all already know, and that is you don't think that modern women are worthy of the sacrifice necessary for men to make during marriage. And that's why things are not working right. Tell me I'm lying. I want to hear that I'm lying. Come on in here and tell me I'm lying. Matter of fact, I got some more footage. Because see, not only are these modern men don't think you're worthy of marriage, modern women, they don't think you're worthy of being mothers. Because see, remember, it's 54% of, and I use black men because whatever happens to black men is going to happen to the rest of you folks, the rest of you fellas. Whatever happened to black men is going to happen to the rest of you brothers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So guess what? If 54% of black men are not married and don't have children, what you think is following? That's going to be the rest of them. We are the canary in the coal mine. I want y'all to check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this mother and listen how she tried. Just listen.
You! Everybody knows yes, I did kill her! Do it without you. I never tried to say I didn't. I did it, but that does not negate the fact that they were never there.
So in case you guys don't get what's being said, this woman killed 2 of her children. And she exploded in the courtroom because her 2 different baby daddies was in there. And she said it was their fault that she killed her children because they were never there. What did Kevin Samuel say about accountability as related to women, to modern women? It's like their what? It's like their kryptonite. Here's what we're dealing with, ladies. I want you to understand this is we're going to do a little math problem here, right? When you're dealing with a group of people who refuse to accept responsibility, when you're dealing with a group of people who've been told that they are never responsible for anything, that means that they never have a reason to accept fault. And if you're dealing with a group of people who never accept fault, what happens? They can never grow. The reasons we make babies accept responsibility for the things they do, you know that baby took that damn cookie out that goddamn cookie jar and they said, no, I did not. I didn't do nothing. You make them, and it's not that big of a deal. You know it's not that big of a deal, but what? You make them accept responsibility because then they understand their consequences to their actions. But if you got a group of people, a group of human beings who've been taught that they never have to accept responsibility, then they are stuck in a childlike state. And they're going to continue to test their boundaries just like any other child would do. They're going to push and push and push. And the next thing, they're going to be killing their children. They're going to be robbing and shooting and murdering. They're going to be taking you to court and putting babies on you that's not yours. They're going to be breaking windows out of their cars, of their ex-boyfriends because he did something they didn't like. Even if it might have been her fault for whatever happened. They've never been taught to take accountability. This is the society that we live in. The primary problem that we have in these modern countries is that we refuse to force women to accept responsibility for themselves and their actions. And so they're emotionally immature. And when you try to get them to accept responsibility and accountability, guess what they tell you? They tell you that you are a misogynist, you're a sexist, you hate women, all because I'm trying to get you to accept responsibility for yourself. I hate women. I'm a misogynist. I'm a sexist. That's like saying, hey, this child is bad. And then somebody say, no, you just hate children. No, your child is bad. This dog, this cat has shitted on the middle of my goddamn floor. I don't hate cats and dogs. I just don't want to step over this crap anymore. This is it. So this is what we're dealing with. And this is what men are tired of. And that's why they like, not only are you not worthy, but you hard-headed and you can't be taught nothing. So I'm good. I'm going to sit at home and play video games and wait till the next Marvel movie comes out. And I ain't thinking about you, period. And if I'm so inclined, I'm going to fly over to the DR or Colombia or somewhere else because I don't want to deal with you. This is what modern men are saying. That's what KS was trying to get you lovely ladies to understand. This is where we at right now. Now, you know what? Y'all done ran my blood pressure up, but that's all right, man. We about to have a roll call, and we going to let the fellas in here. We got some good ones tonight, man. We got some dudes I like. We got all kind of dudes from everywhere background. My man, I always mess his name up. Lord Geotron. My man, DJ Zion Love, coming straight up from the yard, my yard man, coming in, man. And then JJ Diesel Cowboy Traveler. We got him in here. But first, man, I need to know where y'all checking in from, baby. Okay, because you know how I do. We keep it hood and ghetto at the same time, man. I told my children, my little suburban children, I said, Daddy is hood as the front of a car. Okay, so don't be mad at me. Okay, I just put the suit on and play lawyer sometimes. But at the end of the day, I like being hood. I enjoy it. It's my go-to personality. But either way, man, y'all make sure y'all check in. We're going to come back in with the fellas. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope the fellas say, D, you don't know what you're talking about. These women are worthy. They queens and goddesses, and we love them, and we're going to kiss their shoes and bow down to them. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, man, y'all make sure y'all check in. Let me know where you're checking in from, and we'll be back with the fellas.
Hey, I'm about to show you something. Get enough?
Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Donate to the Super Chat. Donate to the PayPal. Donate to the Cash App. It's your contributions and your donations that will cause for this platform to grow. Let our voice be the voice, the preeminent voice in Black America. Yeah, and nothing like pancaking that thing in the middle of the street, baby. You just pull up at the club and you just, boom. You drop it down. All right, y'all get out. I'm going to go park in the VIP, baby. Yeah, make the back end hit, man. You hit it in the back. You got the back end hopping and the girls in the back. I got pictures. I'll let y'all see if y'all become members and Patreons or whatever. But anyway, man, let's bring my guys in. These are some of my favorites, man. These are very opinion. And let me just give a shout out to all the brothers, man, because like a lot of people don't think that Black men have opinions. They think we just gonna be strong and silent and shut up and not say nothing. That ain't what we do on this page. No, not here. On here, we talking. We gonna keep talking. You're not gonna stop us from talking, and we're gonna get all our points across. We're not afraid to say what we need to be said, what needs to be said. And as you see, my dudes don't hide their faces. So that means they have courage. So I don't trust nobody that hide their face and they talking all that stuff and they hiding and saying, "Oh no, I want to see you. I want to see who you are, and then you stand on what you. Because if you don't believe it, how you expect me to believe it? Just think about that. You got people out here, you saying all this stuff, but you don't really believe in it because you don't stand on it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I like. Now I get it. Some people, they got criminal records. They don't want their parole officer to see them. They don't want their baby mama to know they making money. I get it. I understand. I'm gonna give you a little pass for a little while. But if you out here talking that big shit and you can't stand on that, nah, that don't fly with me. So that's why I make my dudes cam up. And I plead that mean you got heart. See, you like me. If you stand up and you speak for shit, you the type of person, okay, I can stand next to this dude in a fight because he gonna stand there. He ain't no punk. He ain't hiding his face. You see what I'm saying? You ain't scared of your people. You understand? Muhammad Ali, he used to walk amongst the people. He wasn't scared of his people. Kevin Samuels, he used to walk amongst the people. After all that fly shit he done said, he still would walk amongst the people. What that tell you about the man's heart? You understand? He had heart, and I respect that. And I respect each and every one of you gentlemen, too, for coming in here and having this conversation and showing your face like you do. God bless y'all. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go ahead and start off. Devin,
what's up,
you got seniority. Come on in. We're going to let everybody talk. We're going to let everybody talk, and then we're going to open the panel up, and then y'all can chop it up. Man, what are your thoughts? Look, modern men don't think modern women are worthy. And the other thing, I see a lot of people using Biden Kevin Samuels style, bro. It's not just the points. It's like they really trying to hold these women accountable in a way that, 5 or 6 years ago would have get you canceled. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Better them than me, man, because I don't have the patience to deal with these bros, man. Mm-hmm. But to tell you the truth, man, nowadays I don't really think it's worth the juice is worth the squeeze, like they say, man. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. We put up with a lot especially in the Black American community, right? Mm-hmm. We put up with a lot with these lovely ladies. And, I think right now we're reaching a very important point in our history, man, in our political history in this country, because Black men are making a stand on our own, especially right here in the manosphere. I think the manosphere is very key to that. And we're realizing that we're not even the same political animal as our sisters.
And you want to hear something crazy, and I'm going to go to somebody else because we want to keep this rolling. We are also having a reckoning with our religious leaders. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we not listening to Reverend Chickenfoot like we used to. He don't just have carte blanche to say whatever he want to no more. Notice that. You ain't just going to come in there and give me Jesus for 30 minutes and then hit me up for 10% of my income. You see what I'm saying? We are holding these men accountable. That's what I've noticed. So we're holding the political leaders accountable. We're holding religious leaders accountable. That's why you got all these Hebrew Israelites jumping up there like, oh, hell no. No, let me read you what this Bible, and I don't know whatever your religion is. I like them Hebrew Israelites. I ain't gonna front. I like them because they know their Bible. And look, let me tell you something. If you really listen to what they're saying, they're giving you some real deep knowledge. If you spiritual at all, and look, I'm just saying, if we had that for the last 150 years with them digging deep into the Bible like that, you could come to your own conclusions. But it's I like the fact that when you talk and you know what you're talking about. I ain't never seen somebody run through the Bible like that and go quote for quote and then break it down. I don't necessarily agree with all their interpretations, but let me tell you something. They know that word. You see what I'm saying? They know that word. And I appreciate them going in there and looking at it for themselves. So we're having a religious revolution, a political revolution, a social revolution, and you see it happening. It's a beautiful time to be alive. My man, let me see. We're gonna save JJ for last because he's been here the longest. Lord Geotron, what's up, brother? How you doing? Oh, you gotta unmute yourself, bro. Come on. What's happening? There it is. Go ahead, bro. We hear you. There you go.
You muted again, blood.
He's still muted.
Yeah, you unmuted now. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You good?
Y'all all right, fellas, man?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You good now?
Hey, it's crazy you brought up the religious thing, man. Kevin Samuels was talking about how they don't have the single services no more. You go into the churches now, ain't no men in there, man.
No.
Ain't no men in there. And the whole message that they preaching to them single women that's up in there is what's making them women unworthy of marriage. Ain't that something? They planting the seed. You can do bad by yourself. What you need a man for and all this stuff. And the reverend up in there eating off them women's foolishness, eating off their naive.
You know what I found, Lord Giatron, like men seek the truth.
Right.
And if you find men fleeing away from an institution, it's because they're spewing lies. There's a reason why, and this is all modern men. This is white, black, Hispanic, whatever. There's a reason why dudes don't want to go to college no more. Y'all in there spitting that feminist bull crap. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, why even waste my time? I'm gonna go get a job. I'm gonna be a truck driver, electrician. I'm gonna be a plumber. I can make as much money doing this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my tech certificates or whatnot. Go ahead.
A pipe fitter, yeah.
A pipe
Another
fitter,
thing,
welder.
Yeah, I'm eating real good right here right now, man.
And you're gonna keep eating because we always gonna need pipe fitters and welders, and we always gonna need truck drivers. We always gonna need them type of people. Shout out to all my guys that put that work. You got a toolbox and a
blue collar workers, man.
Shout out to all my blue collar dudes, man. You guys are the ones that keeps the world running. You understand? Them dudes on the side of the road with the hats on and the orange vest. You need to be y'all need to be uplifted. You see what I'm saying?
And Kevin Samuels used to shout us out, bro. Kevin Samuels used to shout us out. And you know, I'm 32. I'm 32,000. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. I'm 32,000 a year away from being one of them $100,000 men. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And like, it's a lot of blue collar workers like that.
I make 68,000 a year, bro.
And that's more. That puts you in the not middle, and you almost upper middle.
Upper middle.
You'll be upper middle. Yeah. So congratulations.
And out here where I live at, I'm from LA, but out here where I'm living at right now, 68,000. That's 2 incomes for real. It's cheap as hell out here, bro. I'm out here in Virginia, bro. I'm out in Virginia now.
And
it's cheap out here.
You guys need to listen to that. And see, here's the thing. You men are worthy. You see what I'm saying? You're worthy of good wives and good lives and women that know how to keep peace in your household. You're worthy of that. And that's the thing that Kevin spent his first 5 years getting men to the point of knowing that, hey, you know what? That's why he had terms like Blue Henry. Y'all know the terms better than me. You understand what I'm saying? But
Blue Henry, anyway, Blake Henry's.
Yes, sir.
Right, Blake Henry. Earners not rich yet.
Blake Henry. Let's go to DJ Zion Love. And then we're going to go to my man Clarence. And last but definitely not least, my man JJ Diesel. Fuck, rude boy.
One, brethren. Peace and blessings. Happy Sunday in Jesus' name. Big up to all my fellas. 1, 2, 1, 2, right?
Yes,
hey, let me say something to you, man. You see what happened? When men break the law of nature, because technically, right, we supposed to have intercourse in season. Just like how we have the animals have intercourse in season to mate and breed.
Hold on, bro. Hold on a minute. What the hell are you talking about? So you mean after I get that drink, you're like, what season is it? Like,
no, I'm trying to say, yo, Dennis, what I'm trying to say to you, right? This is the consequence, right? We go with the abortion thing, that thing going over there. But this is the consequence when men go against nature. When you violate nature and the way it's supposed to be, this is the consequence to deal with. Because, like, for example, we're supposed to eat fruits in season. When it's mango season, we eat mango, right? When it's strawberry season, we eat strawberry. But it goes the same way when it comes to man and woman. We're supposed to. But these are the consequences. And now we turn upside down.
Well, we're gonna table that conversation. We're gonna have to revisit another day.
It's just an introduction, man.
I'm going on vacation with my gal next week, and I don't really know what season. I don't want to hear all that.
But Dennis, you have to understand. Me and you, all the fellas here, we are born into this, so we can't change it now. It's too late.
But what? Okay, so what? But what if I'm like in America and then I go to South America and it's a different season down there? What about then? Like,
but you understand,
up here it's summer down there. What about that?
Yeah, but I'm talking about this is from the beginning. But now we're born into this kind of situation, so now this is the norm.
I get your point, and I would say your greater point is greater point is this: men are supposed to lead and women are supposed to follow.
Yes,
and that's the natural order of things. So yeah, I definitely agree with your point. I don't know about them seasons though.
I know.
When I can get cut. Hey, I ain't trying to wait a whole year. What's wrong with you, man?
It seems so hard and unbelievable, but it's really true. It's because remember, anytime you want an example, go to nature and look. Nature show you what to do. But man disobey nature, and these are the consequences. This is the result. You understand?
Amen. Praise. We're gonna talk about that another day. Let's go over to Clarence. Clarence, how you doing, man? Welcome back to the broadcast. And we're gonna go to my man JJ and down to FBA Wrench Turner. Clarence, man, what would you like to add to this conversation?
What's good? What's good, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Good. So what's the answer, man? I mean, is it me or do I see a lot of women imitating the late great Kevin Samuels in his style? I mean, that's what I'm asking. Like, it's one thing had a talking points. I get that. We've heard that. It's 100 dudes on the internet saying the same thing about women, but it's not anybody who's came along and put it in that sort of package and gave it to them like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. You know, but what are your thoughts, man? Let's see what you thought, man. What you got?
Yep, there's a lot of imitators online now, especially in the female space. Like you can take Kendra.
Bro, go ahead, bro. You running my blood pressure up again. They hated the dude.
Especially Kendra. Kendra had mad hate for Kevin, you know? But now people coming to her and she's seeing how foolish these women are and seeing how foolish some men are, but mostly the women. You know, these unrealistic expectations, like they got multiple baby daddies, multiple kids, but they want a 6-figure nigga with but they can't have no kids, or she don't want no more kids.
Man,
the funniest one I saw on Kendra, this one had me like almost laughing to a fucking seizure. This woman, the name of the episode on Kendra's called Straight Men Only. This woman, she was looking for a man, a straight man. But this woman is a woman of the Transformer experience. I was laughing for fucking days.
We ain't talking about that. That's a whole other kind of thing, man. But let me say this. I want to say this.
Okay.
Some of the stories and some of these women that came to Kevin Samuels' broadcast were so unbelievable.
Yes.
Like we hear you guys we know that they talking the truth because we deal with that on a daily basis. We understand these women. But you know that there are people in the white manosphere, people online who swear up and down that all those women were staged. They think that Kevin staged all of them.
They were not staged.
I know, but it's so unbelievable, Clarence. It's so unbelievable that they think that it was all a setup, like he had paid those women to come on and say those wild things, and they find it so unbelievable. But what I'm here to tell you guys, and all these men here will agree with me, none of that was staged. That's what men in Black America have been dealing with. And again, I'm gonna have another blackety black moment. Again, this page was designed for Black men to have conversations. We've opened it up to the Kevin Samuels page. I try to talk about topics for all modern men to understand, but at the end of the day, Black men are the canary in the coal mine. You want to know where you're going? See what Black men are dealing with. You're going to have the same type of delusional women who can't separate life and fact from reality as we have right now. Those women who came on his broadcast with 200 pounds overweight, with 2 or 3 kids out of wedlock, swore up and down that they were entitled to what he called a high value man, a man with high social status, connected on what did he say on the what's that, the internet level? I forget what he called that, but
LinkedIn.
Who make a certain amount of money every year. Yes, those women thought that they deserved a man like that, and they really did. This is what Black America has been training these women to believe for the past 40 or 50 years. And when their reality met the truth, guess what happened? They couldn't deal with it. And now he hates us. You see, this is what we're dealing with. But anyway, JJ, how you doing, brother? Welcome back. Always good to have you here.
How's it going, Brother Dennis?
I'm good, man. Always good to have you here. But one of my oldest supporters here, been here for a minute, man. What are your thoughts on this conversation? You've seen a lot. You know, you've seen men come and go on the internet. What do you think is going on right now? How can they just take this man's style like this and like, how is this able to even happen? Why aren't people calling them out for that?
They were hiding from the truth and they wanted to take an opportunity to let out. It's like trying to find a place to pass gas without bringing shame on themselves.
Okay. Hell of a motherfucker. Okay. Hell of an allegory. All right. Well, okay. Hey, enough said, man. Shout out to Wrench Turner, man. Wrench Turner, man. Add something. Give us some of your wisdom, brother. What are your thoughts on this thing?
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Always good to have you here, by the way.
Brother, I appreciate you having me. Shout out to all the brothers on the panel, man. What's going on, black men?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up, brother?
All right, brother. Hey, man, I'm torn. You know, you called out that his message is getting out there, and that's true, and I think that's a good thing. But where I'm torn at is that I don't want to say that they played a part in our dear brother's passing, but they went through all of the trouble in the world to make sure that they pushed back against him. And the minute he, goes on to greener pastures, they take his message and are trying to run with it and essentially are eating off of our dear brother. So I'm conflicted about it. I'm glad that the message is getting out, but I hate the fact that, they couldn't give our brother his flowers while he was here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, man, and I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of the other guys. We wanted change, because if you really want to see, so BGS says it like this. If you guys who are not familiar with BGS Immoral, you should be. He's one of the founders of this think tank called the Black Manosphere. Very knowledgeable, Obsidian. They wanted the message to get out because they want things to change. And there was never, and he referred to Kevin Samuels as like our avatar. He was the man in the virtual world that took this. He was the man that took this virtual knowledge in this virtual world and made it tangible, made it real. So he played his role. It's unfortunate that he's no longer here with us, but he did such an exceptional job that now things are beginning to change. Now we have a conversation. You see, now we're able to have this conversation because of him. Some of you guys know what to look for and what you don't want in a woman, right? Some of you are a lot more knowledgeable about women and female nature than you were before, because you saw it on display at its best and its worst for the past 2.5 years. Y'all got a master's degree in female nature. That's how long it takes to get a master's degree. You see what I'm saying? So you're no longer amateurs anymore. You can take that information and explain that to your son. There are women out here who think they're entitled to the world and they're not bringing anything. They think all they need to do is get a college degree, and that's supposed to be sexy to me. You see what I'm saying? No, this is what you want. You want a fit, feminine, beautiful woman who's inspirational. Now you have that. Look at the healing that you can now bring to your own life and say, damn, that's the mistake I made. I equated her being cute with her being good, and that's why I had a no good outcome. Because, see, that's what a lot of us did. She cute. She got a big booty. You see what I'm saying? She talked nice for a little while. I equated that with being the type of woman I need for the long run. Nah, Kevin explained that to us. And that's why a lot of these women, a lot of you men are determining that a lot of these modern women are not worthy of it, not worthy of marriage, because marriage is a big sacrifice. But in the meantime, look, I'm going to show y'all this poll. I put this up about a half hour ago. I want y'all to see this. This is not me. I just asked the question. This is what you men think. Okay? And it was directed at men. Y'all tell me, do you modern men think modern women are worthy of marriage? Now, I actually heard Kevin do this. Shout out to Kevin Samuels fans. I heard him do this before. And he read a poll. It said, how many men think women are marriageable? Do you see this poll right here? It says, do you modern men think modern women are worthy of marriage? It says yes, 7%. It says no, 93%. Ladies, I want you to take note of this. 93% of these men don't think modern women are worthy of marriage. That's 93. Do you know that's overwhelming numbers? What if the next president we elected won by 93% of the vote? That's not a landslide, that's a slaughter. This is what the men that you want to be with think about you. And this is what we're dealing with. We're going to take a quick commercial. I'm going to open the panel up and the brothers are going to speak to each other. We'll be right back.
Hey, if you're enjoying the content here at Dennis Sperling Unfiltered, make sure you support it by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds.
Right now, she and I are negotiating. I'm trying to get her to do some dances for me. Some of them sweet, sexy Latina booty dances. Let's go talk about it. Yep, let's get
All right, guys, the floor is yours. You guys open up your microphones, man. I want to hear what y'all have to say about this topic. You know what I'm saying? It's just the brothers talking to each other. Everybody else is in the audience. But look, what I need y'all to do is get the likes up, hit the #1 button, hit the KS button. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. We're doing this dance tonight. Fellas, y'all go ahead and talk.
I want to say, anytime like a woman came on like to speak bad about black men, especially a black woman, Kevin Samuels said them with the facts. 54 black men, they're single, childless. 64% of us are the middle class. 20% of us in the upper middle class, and less than 1% of us is a high value. But then he also brought out the sad facts about our women. 80% of black American women, they're overweight. They're overweight. They're too big. And then women say, oh, he bashes black women, asking about their age, their height, their dress size.
Lack of accountability.
We want a woman that's feminine, that's friendly, fit, cooperative, and submissive. And so when he asks the numbers, some will be shy and say, like, when he say dress size, they'll be like, oh, I'm small. Dress size. Oh, I'm small. And
Deflection.
you know the little trumpet sound effect he'll play as soon as the number's too big or not, because some of them will be like, yes.
No, don't worry about it. All them women, listener, all those women, when they go up or when they pass on, it's gonna be Kevin Samuels standing right there at the pearly gates and asking the same question. If they can't do it, you know where they're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So his skin.
That's true. Yeah. Another thing about our go ahead.
I got something for you. Sorry to interrupt, but you know what's sad about the whole Kevin Samuels experience over the past couple of years? Every other community is going to benefit from it. Whites, black, Asians. I mean, not black. Excuse me. Whites, Asians, Hispanics, Jews, Middle Easterners, Indians. Everybody else is going to benefit.
You're going to see an Asian Kevin Samuels. You're going to see an Indian Kevin Samuels.
He's not going to benefit from it. He's not going to benefit from it because our women are not going to change. They're going to get worse.
It's just like what they did to Bob Marley. Remember, when Bob Marley was alive, my fellow Jamaican never respected him. And when he died, the whole world adopted Bob Marley besides Jamaica. Jamaica never benefited from Bob Marley up to now. Because when he was alive, they didn't respect what he was doing. They put all the other artists over him. So now, this is the consequences now. When Kevin Samuels was alive, no one respected his on vision, his on blessings that God sent him on earth. And now we as black people, especially, we're not going to benefit from Kevin Samuels, just like you said.
All right.
Yeah. Everybody else is going to reap the benefits.
True.
Hey, man,
yeah.
Hey,
excuse me, brothers.
Go ahead, bro.
In honor of
I like his music.
In honor of Kevin Samuels, man, I want to hopefully the people in the chat get a kick out of it too. Check this out.
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that
I remember that one.
bitch. Give me what you got. I get.
She's for the streets. Those one of my favorite sound bites, man. But
yeah, from the streets.
That brother was brilliant, man. You know,
he was just an angel, man. The chat, man. Right now, Kevin Samuel is interviewing King Solomon and asking him, why he get fooled by the slave. Right, he's interviewing so many people right now. He's in good hands, man.
Oh yeah,
he was too good for this world, man. He was too good for this world. This world don't deserve Kevin Samuel, man.
So let me ask you brothers a question. What for the ones who aren't married and the ones who are still out in the dating, kind of like in the dating market, in the dating pool, what are some of the things that you guys look for when it comes to chameleons?
Chameleons.
A lot of them are going to take this message and they're going to try to twist it a little bit.
Let me fill you in on that, bro. Let me fill you in.
I don't trust
them. Look, no cap, bro. Look, this is what you look for. The first thing, they're gonna try to act like a regular man, try to act like a regular average guy, and then what they're gonna do, they're gonna totally ignore you. But if they see you around some other high value men, or let some men of another nationality acknowledge you in a respectable, dignified manner, they're gonna completely change the channel and try to make themselves more appealing to you. They'll try to completely ignore you until they see that you're worth something or got something or got that network. That's when you know you're dealing with the chameleon. That's when you know. I'll give you a perfect example. I was in a jewelry store. This was about 6 months ago. I was in a jewelry store buying some earrings. And a chick, when I first walked in, the chick was at a counter, black woman. She overweight. You can see she overweight. And you can clearly see that I work out. You can clearly see that I work out. But she thought she was cute, I guess. She completely ignored me. But the Indian dude in the store, when I walked in, he was like, "Hey, Red, how you doing?" But I said, "I'm wet." I was pissed off because it had rained and I had to get out the car and run into the store. Then, while I was in there, he was like, "Was that you on the phone?" I was like, "Nah, that was my assistant." Boom, 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 boom. The chick was walking out the store. When she heard me say that was my assistant, she turned back, talk about something. Do y'all have any lockets? This, that, and the third. I lost mine at the gym. Like, you see what I'm saying? The trigger words trying to make it seem, trying to make herself appealing to me. When she realized that this man knew who I was, recognized me, and had outside the store business and interactions with me. You got to watch out for them kind of chicks, bro. That's the chameleon, bro.
And she did a hate big head. Like that's what she was doing.
She treats you like dog shit until she see that you're worth something. Then she try to turn the chat, change the channel.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I do, and I've run across a few. I instantly start a conflict, not a big one, but I'll start a conflict about something just to see where her conflict resolution skills are.
Oh yeah.
Now, if she, because one thing I can tell you is that modern women they want to scratch. They think they're equal to you. They're ready and willing to fight.
They think they met.
Yeah, so a lot of times I start a conflict. I ain't gonna even lie. And the ones that are really feminine, a lot of times they'll say, "Hey, I don't know what I did, but I didn't think it would go here. I apologize," whatever the case may be. But one of the main things that I do is I immediately bring in some kind of conflict. "Oh, why are you looking at old dude like that? I mean, you and I together. I mean, I can introduce you to him." No, I wasn't. Or they'd be like, "Fuck that nigga, I didn't woo woo." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for right there. That's exactly what I was looking for." But that's one of the easiest ways that I tell, bro.
Yeah. Say something on this. Hey, when you ask a woman a genuine question, it's not a hard question. You all just met and she won't be direct with you. That's a red flag. I mean, you can ask her how old she is, and she's not a bad-looking woman. She might have makeup on, trying to hide her identity and all this stuff. That's one thing. If she can't open up her mouth and be direct with you, like truck companies in the government, you all in circles. Red flag, run like hell.
You know what? I even steer clear of. I personally don't like the fake lashes, I'm not a fan of wigs. Long ass nails. That one, I won't even. I don't even want to have a conversation if I see that. That's a big one for me. I can't even fake. I can't even fake liking that. I prefer natural. All of that extra. You know, they look like the trans gentleman. You know what I mean? I don't like all of that. I don't like all of that extra.
The booty be fake. The titties is fake. The lashes, the contacts, the nails.
You said the booty be fake.
Man, they even got bras with fake nipples on them now to make it like their nipples are hard, bro. They got like they got bras with fake nipples on them. Tripped me out. I was like, bro, this is too much. It's too much.
Yeah. Want to know why they got the dog? Hey, big dog. You know why they got the fake nipples up there? Because they've been so they've been so ran through that the natural arousal of getting your nipple or the nipples getting hard doesn't happen. So they got to get the fake hard nipples because they've been so ran through.
This conversation, y'all gonna get me booted off.
Really, what's going on?
Burn the headlights out. The headlights are burnt out. They've been on high beams so much. The headlights.
I'm having to come in. Hold on a minute. Let me get in here. Y'all conversation is getting. I already know where this is going. We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Uncle D. Nah, look. I brought up a major point when you stepped away real quick, and I was just explaining how the sad part about the whole Kevin Samuels experience is he brought this to the black community. He was doing this particularly. He was doing it for all men, but particularly for black men. And you know the sad thing about the whole Kevin Samuels experience is that every other group is going to benefit from it. White, Spanish, Indian, Filipino, Chinese, German, Arabian, all the other nationalities are going to benefit from it. But because of the type of women we have, we're not going to benefit from it unless we sell out.
And I agree with you. And those of you guys who remember maybe early on, right after he passed, that was one of the first things I said, because I was looking at the tone and the temperature of Black America, and he was basically being rejected by Black America. They were trying to make him a social pariah. Even now, you have political people like Amanda Seals who look at you begrudgingly if you say, I'm a Kevin Samuels fan. So guess what they got to do? Oh, I never actually listened to him. I just heard some of the talking points. So it makes dudes have to back in the corner. So now you're being shamed for acknowledging, if you're a black person, you're being shamed for acknowledging, especially a black man, for acknowledging that you appreciated this man's work. But guess what? Guess who doesn't care about that? White folks don't care about it. It's a young lady on the internet right now, and she's a young Hispanic woman. I forget the young girl's name, but she's married to a guy. He's a military guy. I don't know if it's the army or what.
Femme sapien.
That's her name. Sweet girl. She was actually a woman who appeared on his broadcast. She has wholly embraced what he's saying. She is now, mind you, he gamed her up a couple years back, and now she has a whole page with millions of views, basically repeating everything that he was saying about modern women. That's what she's doing. And see, and here's the crazy thing about it. They're loving it over there. But we over here, we're not going to benefit. That's why I said, you're going to have, and I said it, and look back at what I said. You're going to have people in 2 or 3 years, you're going to hear Kevin Samuels talking points pop up, and it's going to be a person that doesn't even look like anybody from the community. Hey, but can we be mad at them? It's great information. I talked about this. I said, remember the blues? At a certain point, Black Americans rejected the blues. I don't want to listen to that old-timey stuff. White folks picked it up. Reggae. Did you see who won the reggae award this year?
I sure did.
Huh? We pushed reggae away. They said we don't want to. They push that. They want to do dance hall. You look on Jamaica, you see what they jumping off. That's not even the music. Well, you know, that's their art. But the bottom line is, look who's leading the reggae genre now. If you look at
Afrobeats,
hip hop. Look at hip hop. Look at who are the hottest artists in hip hop right now.
White boy.
White dudes. Can you be mad at them? No.
Nope.
I want you to hear me out. If you don't appreciate what you have and you treat it like trash, you can't be mad at somebody else for taking your trash and turn it into gold and diamonds. That's all they do. And let me tell you something. As long as we hate ourselves as much as we do, and we hate the other ones that look like, because if Kevin Samuels was a white man, he'll have a statue by now. He'll be right up there next to Mount Rushmore.
He run for president for 2024. What are you talking about?
He would not only be worth the millions of dollars he's worth, he'd be worth 10, 20 times that much, because they recognize the truth, and that's what one of their. But we don't love ourselves. We don't even, and I'm looking at you brothers, and I'm talking to myself. We were raised not to love ourselves. We was black ass, nappy headed, no good, ghetto hood rat, thug, low life, scrubs, all them words that was attributed to us. So when we see another one that's looked just like us, it's hard for us to truly appreciate that person. I mean, that's just it. You know, we were raised by women who hated themselves. You don't think black women hate themselves? They hate themselves,
Look how
brother.
fat they are.
But
they
listen
hate
to
themselves.
me. Listen, I want y'all to hear this. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear me.
That's why they lie to
I want you to hear me very closely. I want you to hear me. The way you know they hate themselves, there was a young gymnast. She did one Olympics. They was mad at her because her edges were showing after she'd been sweating and tumbling and whatnot. They hate their hair. They hate their skin color. They hate their physical features. They hate their features. They hate everything. Anytime you got to constantly call yourself a queen, that means you don't think very much of yourself. You guys know this. Any dude is always running around talking about how tough he is, probably ain't that tough.
Off his baby
Y'all know
doodle.
that. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know that. Any woman always talking about how beautiful she is and how uplifted she is and all that. That's a woman who doesn't think very much of themselves. It's telegraphing. And these are the women that raised us. So it's not your goddamn fault. But the bottom line is we as men have to step forward and say, you know what, enough of that. I'm going to begin to love myself. I'm going to begin to treat myself as number one. And then when I see my brother, because I have such high self-esteem, I'm going to be able to treat him better, because you can't love somebody unless you love yourself first, bro. And that's where we at. Kevin, his whole thing was, I'm gonna get these brothers to feel better about themselves. We're gonna dress better. We're gonna smell better. We're gonna treat ourselves like kings. We're gonna respect ourselves, and then I can take those men and move forward with that. That was his thing, man. But his problem, the brick wall that he ran into, was like, I got all these men over there who are feeling good about themselves, who are looking good, and goddamn, look at the women they get to choose from. Out of shape, baby mamas, bad attitude. I got to shift what I'm doing and go over here and start talking to these women to get themselves together. Or otherwise, guess what's going to happen? These same men that I've lifted up and got together and told them that they're high value man and Blake Henrys and all that, they just going to go find women from other races to deal with. And that's going to be that. So all my work is not going to benefit the black community. That's what Kevin Samuels realized. That's why he became so frantic towards his last couple of years, when he was trying to work with women. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back with the guys. And I got one more question for you guys. Do you think, Kevin, we all have this spirit inside of us, and the spirit knows. Do y'all think Kevin knew that his time was short? Do you think that's why he worked so frantically? I mean, it's an esoteric question. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all not comfortable answering it. But the spirit knows, because the man worked frantically. He literally worked himself to death. You see what I'm saying? So,
he always gave me the energy.
Let's save that. We'll answer that question when we come back. Y'all just tell me what you think. And I have a follow-up question to that. But in the meantime, look, if you're enjoying the conversation, hit the number 1 button. We'll be right back. All right, we back, man. We got a little deep on the last question, but I think it's befitting. We talking about our brother Kevin Samuels, and this is a benefit to all his fans. I know you guys are missing him. I know you appreciate it. I know on that Monday, that Wednesday, that Friday night, man, y'all tuning in to YouTube and you're like, man, he ain't there no more. You know, that it's an empty spot for y'all. Y'all was, even if you didn't listen to the whole show, you definitely like listen to them clips on World Star Hip Hop. You missed the presence of this guy that was speaking up, this skinny dude from Oklahoma. My question to you guys is, man, and this is just for the brothers, man. I just want to know, because I'm a spiritual person, you know, and I believe like the soul knows. The man, you know, I was given a broadcast one day about 4 or 5 months ago. This dude called me up in the middle of my broadcast. I had to cut the broadcast, and he talked to me for about an hour and a half. And I'm like, why is we so frantic? You know, did you do that? Did you order it? I'm like, bro, okay, I'm gonna order this shit now. He had told me maybe a month before, to order a whole bunch of equipment. I didn't do it. I'm like, man, I ain't about to get it. I mean, I'm a lawyer. I'm good. And then he said, look, I need you to do this so I can be able to shift stuff over to you. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, I want to be able to tell people, go to check out Dennis Sperling's channel. I'm like, all right, cool. But his voice was so frantic. You know, not frantic in a bad way, but like, you know how when they mean this shit, I want you to do this right now. Like, but bro, we homeboys. You ain't my boss. But I'm like, all right, shit. You know, okay. So, man, I went and bought this expensive ass microphone, all these cameras, all this equipment. Listen to this shit. I got shit over here. I don't even know what this shit is for. I mean, I got headphones. I ain't putting no goddamn headphones on. All this stuff he told me to get. I got it. And then the crazy thing was, once I finally got it, the brother passed away like 3 weeks later. You see what I'm saying? And guess what happened? It took me about 2 weeks to get somebody to come set all this shit up. So by the day he passed away, I had just got all this shit set up. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, like, and then all them people start coming to me. You know, I got better visuals, I got better sound. And I had to ask myself, I don't really believe in coincidences like that, man. Like, did this man know that his time here was short? We're talking about somebody who passed away because of cancer, or who almost died at a young age because of cancer. We're talking about somebody who was so sick they couldn't finish college because of cancer. We're talking about somebody who probably already felt like they was living on borrowed time at a young age. You understand? Maybe this is why he said y'all need to work 80 hours a week. This is why he was on the internet every night, 2-3 hours. That shit is hard. He was doing it 7-8 years. I've been doing it a year and a half. I'm tired already. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he got in touch with his own mortality with his fight with cancer.
Yeah. What do you guys think? You think so? Okay, so that's what Devin said. Yeah, Clarence, FBA Wrench Turner, DJ Zion.
Yeah, I never thought he was gonna pass like that. I always thought that somebody was gonna try to shoot him or something, like threaten his life, trying to get rid of him, or somebody who's a woman who's trying to frame him. They like to set him up, you know.
Yeah.
I was totally shocked. I didn't think
I was concerned about that most. And the Red Bull that he was drinking every night, I was like, that's a problem. That Red Bull is not the Red Bull is not good. And the weird thing about this, the Red Bull represent the Taurus sign, which is in May, and he died in May.
Oh damn.
That right there. Wow. So he had the death sign drinking from it all along, and then he actually died in May. And remember, he born March what? What's his date birth? March 13th. March 13th, right? Guess what happened? Next month, May was Friday the 13th. So that number connect with the and with the May. So the Red Bull represent the sign that he was gonna die in Taurus. So that I was concerned about that Red Bull. I never liked him drinking that Red Bull. Too much.
Man, but you know the thing is, man, remember Kevin was like 53 years old, man, and he was working harder. Like, I'm gonna be retired in the next couple of years. Because I already know I'm tired. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Every night he talking to these people. You gotta put a suit on, you gotta talk to these people, you gotta prepare for the show. It takes 4 or 5 hours to prepare for a 3 or 4 hour show. And then you still gotta live your life. It's just a trip, man. But look, another thing that I found interesting, right, is that his name, his middle name, Roshan. For you guys who know, that means light bearer.
Yeah.
And light has always been significant for wisdom. You know, on top of that, look at his history. He was a Bible school teacher. I mean, he taught Sunday school. He taught Bible study to singles. He talked to, so the man, you know, he was in touch with his religion and his spirituality. I mean, what do y'all think? You know, Alvin just popped in, man. Walker, always good to have you back, man. And Jerron, thank you so much for having you here, Jaron.
I gotta go, guys. You guys have a good night, okay? Peace and blessings.
All right, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah. And so, what do you guys, you know, like? I don't know, you know, but it seems so unfair, you know. But you know, if y'all know, I told y'all he died with a beautiful woman that he wanted to be around, rich, well known, world known. I mean, if you gotta go, man, you see what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't like he died on the pavement. You know, this dude, Charleston White, I like him. He funny. He said, Kevin Samuels is my motherfucking hero. He didn't die bleeding on the motherfucking street. You see what I'm saying? What did he say? This is what Charleston says, right? This is what Charleston, he said he died with a beautiful woman, rich. You see what I'm saying? Looking good, smelling good, feeling good. And even if, you know, we all got to go, but my God, the man had and a 50-something-year-old man dying of a black man dying of a heart attack, he didn't die at 23. He didn't die at 13 or 18. He lived. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm, you know, the crazy thing is I really didn't have time to mourn because I was dealing with all them haters. So the shit is just filtering out of me every now and then. Every now and then I just catch myself like, you know, it's like, damn, he dead. Damn, what could have happened? What could we have done? Like, man.
Hey, yo,
yeah.
You should have left them energy drinks alone.
That's right. Hey, yo, let me spill something with you real quick, bro. Can I spill something with you real quick,
Yes,
sir.
Hey,
look, you ever heard the phrase, the good die young? He's too good for this earth?
Yes, sir.
You heard those phrases before. Kevin Samuels, in my personal opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't really like sharing my opinion. But to me, I like to study history and I like to study culture and cultural history and things like that. Outside of Jesus Christ, to me personally, and I'm not saying this because I'm on the broadcast, because I've been saying it in other platforms and in other places since he's been gone and before he left. But in my personal, honest-hearted opinion, Kevin Samuels, outside of Jesus Christ, is the greatest man the new world has ever seen, has ever known, for what he attempted to do. Because what made Jesus Christ so great, he gave of himself and he showed love. That's exactly what Kevin Samuels did. He gave of himself and he showed love. He didn't show it necessarily with his words as far as the critiquing, because people are just snowflakes and too weak to take it, but he showed it by the intention of what he was trying to accomplish. Yeah, and because of how much love he spilled, and gave away, he lost track of loving himself. And not that self-love bullshit. I'm talking about his actual health and well-being. He lost track of it, and it took him away from him.
I agree with that, man. And you know, I agree with that, man. He literally worked himself to death. Like he just worked himself to death.
Yes.
Like
he worked himself to death, giving of himself, giving his love to us. That's why I say that outside of Jesus Christ, man, Kevin Samuels is the greatest man ever, man. Real shit, bro.
Right.
And I'm not gonna go back on that. I'm not gonna take that back, bro. I'm not going back on that.
A lot of people don't realize how much he's affected black men. And that's why I refer to him as a prophet, like the last prophet. Not because he was Abraham, not because he was Moses, but because God always sends a prophet to his people. There were major prophets, there were minor prophets, and the prophet is really nothing but a truth teller. He's a warner telling you, hey, you need to get yourself together or bad things are going to happen. And guess what? The minute Kevin stopped speaking his lessons and speaking his truth, he's passed away. Look where we are right now in Black America. Shit's getting interesting. You got black men who are saying, I'm voting Republican. Black men who are saying, I don't give a damn about what you women are talking about. I'm about to look out for myself. I'm going to find women from other cultures that I can make my children with. It's like a floodgate open after the man passed away. And I know there's been a lot of black people. We've had Malcolm, we've had Elijah Muhammad, we've had Farrakhan, we've had Marcus Garvey, we've had all these great men who have come to us. But you know what? Those men are 50, 100 years removed from 2022. You understand?
Don't forget Martin.
And yeah, Martin, of course. But those men are from the 60s and the 50s and the 80s and the 90s and the 20s. We have had him for 2022. He was the man with a pulse, with his finger on the pulse of what's going on right now. See, Martin Luther King and Malcolm and Malcolm X wouldn't believe you if they told you how distant black men are from black women, how distant modern women are from modern men. They would be like, what? That's unheard of. But Kevin understood. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying, man. I find it interesting, man. But I'm not going to look. We 2 hours into this thing. Let me run a quick commercial. Y'all make sure y'all hit the #1 button. We'll be right back with the fellas. We're going to try and lighten it up a little bit, man. Here's a funny one. Here you go. Here's for my Zaddy worshipers.
So don't you expect stuff like that? So don't I give you what you expect and what you need and what you want? Okay, because you deserve it. Because you treat me well. Just keep smiling for me if life's good.
So, this is some sage for your blood clot.
Some sage for your book. I got one more, babe. I got one more for you. I got one more for you, man.
Sage for you.
The reason why I have a Ugandan queen and I don't have an American woman is 3 reasons, okay? Number 1, American women are addicted to Instagram. You hear what I'm saying to you? I want a real love. I'm not talking about likes. I'm not talking about follows. I'm talking about love in real life, okay? And if you want real love, then you need to go to Uganda. Next thing, America is ate up with the hookup culture, all right? You know what hookup culture is? That means you sleep with somebody one day and then you sleep with someone else the next. I'm not about that hookup culture. I'm a one-woman man. That's it, okay? My third reason, and this is it, and I'm really tired that I have to do these videos for y'all, but this is the truth, okay? So please listen and listen good. The last time, those American women, they want a career. They want to be the CEO. You know what I want? I want a woman that's going to care more about the family than about the pocketbook. You hear what I'm saying out there? Listen, I want a woman that's going to take care of the family, that's going to take care of the kids, that's going to be a mother, that's going to be a beautiful wife. That's what I want. And other American men want it too. And that's why I got me a Ugandan queen. And if you listen, and if you listen good, you'll go to Uganda and get you a queen too. Don't make me make another video.
Oh, hey, y'all better not knock him, man. That's my dude. I don't even know who he is. I'm feeling him, man.
I got a root for this guy. I'm rooting for this guy right now.
He meant that. You hear me? He meant what he said. That's why that's a WM right there. Save yourself, white man. You white dudes here, y'all hear that? Y'all need to go to Uganda and get yourself a queen. You hear me?
Right.
And treat you good. You understand what I'm talking about? Forget what y'all talk. Hey, man, I respect it. Okay, put some respect on his name. But anyway, guys, look. We're about 2 hours into this thing, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We got a couple of fellas who are late to the show. Alvin, man, you want to come on in and chop it up? I tried to get you in early, man. What are your thoughts on this thing, man?
Like I said, and like I said, I've said it before. Well, what's up to the chat and hello to everybody.
What's up?
Once again, thanks, Uncle D, for keeping Kevin's dream alive. He, if you really look at his body of work, it's going to say a lot of things, and it really does. It really is a snapshot of our culture, and there is a couple of his broadcasts that I can pinpoint where you can really see it kind of sunk into him that, like, man, this is really that bad. Mm-hmm. And I think that, like, it happens it's happening for all of us at different times, right? For some of us, it was the Ice Cube video. For some of us, it was, you know, this whatever the latest, you know, man hate it is, you know, we jump in. But the reality is that I think he really did see that there was a problem. And I'm working on a thing now, is like, he realized that there was a math problem. Yeah. Like he realized that the canary been dead. The canary has been dead and nobody noticed. And this was his last days were spent trying to let people know that, hey man, like we are like, what's about to happen is really about to happen.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, man, Alvin, is happening like it happened. He died, and now it's happening too quick. Like okay, right no. That what I'm saying is, look at the price of gas. Okay, look at the fact that we're in a war with Ukraine. The price of weed is going to be through the roof. Look at the fact that, did y'all see that video I put up the other day with that farmer lady saying, look, do you realize that it's costing me 3 or 4 times more to raise these chickens and goats and cows? So instead of paying $3 or $4 a chicken, y'all going to pay $17 a pound for chicken in the fall.
Wow.
It's July, right? It's damn near July. The fall is coming up in September, October, November. That's 3 or 4 months away. The average woman in America makes about $37,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? We did the math. The rent, the house, the car notes, the gas alone is going to be like $5,000 a month at $5 a gallon. Like, how are they going? Do they not realize that like it's happening too quick? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do all right. You know, I've been through a few things. I've been through the recession. I've been through the .com bust. I've been through that 2008 situation with the housing crisis. But this right here, it's got me thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the stock market. Everybody was vested in Bitcoin. Right now, people are like, hold on with the Bitcoin. The bottom dropped out of it. It's a lot going on right now. We got one of the most incompetent presidents that we've ever had. I can't trust him to tie his own shoes and ride a bike without falling off or forgetting he was tying his shoes. This is who we're dealing with. So we got weak leadership. We got war in the world. We got high food prices. They ain't giving away no jobs. We about to enter into a recession. It's not looking good for anybody. But it's just a thought, man. Check this out. I need y'all, and I don't want to run any more commercials, but I need you guys to do me a favor. I haven't seen any Cash Apps, PayPals, or nothing for a minute. I need y'all to go ahead and contribute. Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal. Show your appreciation. We 2 hours in. We're a little light. I want to keep this thing going, but y'all going to have to give me 5 on 20, 20 on 5, 10 on 15. I don't care what you do, but you got to make sure you contribute to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. Show your appreciation that way. You know, some of y'all, I've asked y'all to hit the number 1 button. I appreciate that. But those of you guys, hey, go ahead and show your appreciation, man. Don't make me work for free. And another thing, what I need you guys to do is do this for me. I got about 100 of these books left. All right. And I want to try to sell them all this week. If you would please email me at sperlingdennis@gmail.com and help me clear out these books, I certainly would appreciate it. You can send me an email at sperlingdennis@gmail.com. They're on sale online. And you can also buy a hard copy for $54.99. It's a 3-book set for $54.99, which is about $15 a piece. And I'm allowing $9 for shipping and handling, which is pretty inexpensive. Buy the books that will definitely help you see things in a different light. The way I attack the world is through peace and conflict. If you can't have a way to resolve conflict in your life, then you'll never have peace. And if you don't have peace, you will never be able to walk in the path and get to where you need to get to. You will never be able to get your blessings as long as you have conflict in your life. So you need to understand how to find peace. It's very simple. Some people call it the yin and the yang. They call it the night and the day. But what this does for you, what these books do for you, is take these real world issues. I break down some of the scriptures in the Bible. Every verse has a Bible scripture, and it gives you a parable or an analogy to what I was dealing with or what I seen going on, and it gives you something to reference. So it's not me, it's not my knowledge. I'm just interpreting it in a new way for you who grew up in Chicago, for you who grew up in Detroit, for you who was dealing with hood shit and crack cocaine and gunshots. That conflict that you dealt with, I put it in context for you so you can have a better understanding of the world. And more importantly, so you know it's not just you dealing with this shit. Because the main thing that this YouTube thing has done for us as black men is let us know, for all men actually, is let us know we're not alone in this fight. It let me know, damn, there's other people out there. When I first heard BGS talk, like, fucking wow. I didn't know it was other people like Obsidian. Oh my God, I didn't know there was other people dealing with this same shit. So you mean it's not me? It's these broads? So you mean they flaking or they ghosting everybody? Oh, really? Oh, so this is you telling me that they using everybody? Like, oh, you telling me it's not just my baby mama scamming me for child support? It's not just this broad over here trying to marry me just to get my paper. It's not just me. Because guess what happens when you're taught to suffer in silence? You never share what you're going through with the next man. But see, now we're able to compare notes. That's what's going on now. What you will look here, what you see here is my own personal life revelations. Because see, some of y'all will abuse as young boys. We ain't talking about that. Some of y'all had no good mamas and trifling ass mamas who had men running in and out the house. Some of y'all had that. Some of y'all had daddies that treated y'all like y'all was just unnecessary, irrelevant. Some of y'all got post-traumatic stress from growing up in the ghetto, seeing the in-the-house violence, seeing the gunshots. Some of y'all seen bodies before you even been with a woman. You seen dead bodies on the street. That is traumatic to you. You don't even realize it because black men have been told to just take it, shut up. And now they want you to just get out there and produce and be like everybody else. And they don't give no credit to you for what you've been through. You don't get no badge for that. They just say, all right, nigga, get on. You see what I mean? Kevin Samuels was the only one to tell us to go ahead and get some therapy. It's not just you. And so that's what I talk about in my book. So these are not just for me. These are your books. This is your story as young black men, as young men growing up in America. If you was born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, these are your books. So y'all go ahead and purchase my books at sperlingdennis@gmail.com. Look, we're going to do this. I want to get some more guys in, but we got to do
one last thing before you break out.
Go ahead, bro. And then I want to get Mr. Patton in here for a minute because he hadn't had an opportunity to speak. Go ahead, Lord.
Touching base on one thing you just said, and I got to break out. I got to go handle some business.
Sir, yes, sir.
You said how when we entered this manosphere, we saw that all of us had this one thing in common. I just want to touch bases on another point that Kevin Samuels brought out, and all you black men take this to heart and remember this. This is our country. We built this shit, dog. You belong. Don't let nobody make you feel like an outcast or outsider or like you don't belong. You belong. We belong.
That's right. Yo, I was gonna put you on the big screen and let you say that again, but all right, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Hey,
they need to hear that. You brothers need to hear. Y'all need to hear that every day. You see what I'm saying? The world belongs to whoever, yes, sir. The world belongs to who's ever strong enough to take it and hold on to it. You understand?
I love y'all, brothers. I gotta break out. I gotta finish my laundry. Get ready for work in the morning.
Thank you so much. All right, my man Jerron, how you doing, bro? You've been patiently waiting. What do you want to add to this conversation before we roll up?
Man, I just want to let you know I'm outside. My dad is working downstairs in the basement, so I'm just here outside. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to my man Condemn Nidja. Thank you so much. He said for the cause. I appreciate all your commercial, man. But go ahead, brother. What would you like to add to this conversation?
Well, everything that Lord had just said about Kevin Samuels, about the man building this world is absolutely facts. You know what I'm saying? But like, let me tell you this. If it wasn't for Kevin Samuels, none of this would be possible. This is the man that that some men look up to.
Yeah.
That I look up to him. When I first discovered him, what he's saying is a bunch of facts. All he doing is making a difference. But now you have some men and some women hated his guts because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth, and especially the women.
Wow.
Because and some women had took his advice, but some women didn't take his advice, and that's really sad. And what I'm saying is, because it's really sad that once again we live in this society here in America that some women who make poorly choice.
Give me 1 minute, brother. I'm sorry. I apologize. Give me 1 minute. So we have a young woman in here, older woman, whatever. Her name is Pam Graham. Pam, so you come to a page full of black men and you announce this as the clown hour. That's the most productive thing that you could say. Pam Graham. This is the clown hour. You hear black men voicing their respect for each other and their respect for our fallen brother. And you refer to it as the fucking clown hour.
You see, Dennis, this is exactly what
this is the problem that we have. You want to know why there is a gender war? Because you're fucking disrespectful and men are tired of it. Why are you even here? That's my question. Why are you here? There are men talking, women were not invited to speak, and guess what you say? Clown hour. Do you say that about your dad? How about your sons? Are they clowns also? I'm sure you'll make some bullshit reason or exception why they're not like us. You've had 8 or 9 black men on here talking about their deepest thoughts in their field. They can't fucking talk to you. Because talking to women like you is like talking to another fucking man. You're so goddamn hard.
I lose that shit.
That's the problem. So we have to come on here and talk to each other. We don't have fathers in our lives because your sorry behinds ran them away. Pam Graham. You're the problem. The best thing you could say is clown hour. You are a sorry excuse for a human being. How disrespectful and insensitive you are. You are the lowest of low. This is where we are in black. The next time somebody asks you why we are embroiled in a so-called gender war, it's because of women like Pam Graham. She's someone's mother. She's probably someone's lover or wife. She's someone's auntie. She's the type of woman you see on the street. She's the one that works at the law office or works at the doctor's office or hell, works in HR and is always giving black men a hard time. Where are the rest of the black women who are supposed to put women like Pam Graham in her place? Why is it that I have to stop what I'm doing to check this woman? You women have no problem with me checking other black men or black men checking me or us checking each other when they're out of pocket with you. But you never step up and put these fools in their place because they are the reason that we're so divided. They're the reason that we can't have unity in the black community. You have agents like this woman. She is the agent of white supremacy racism. Why did I say that? Because she's causing division. You don't see black men on this page cussing each other out and threatening each other with violence. You see black men having civilized conversations, talking about our own betterment and putting us first, political issues, social issues, relationship issues. Many of these men are fathers, they're business owners, they're homeowners. And we're having decent, honorable conversations. Rarely do you hear any cuss word. Hell, I'm the only one to cuss. These men put me to shame. And yet you refer to this as clown hour. This is the example, fellas. I want you to look at this woman's face. She could be your mother, your sister, your auntie, the woman you used to be with. This is who we're dealing with. She looks like us, but she's not of us. And this is why black men are so frustrated, because Kevin Samuels was the only one that would call these type of women out. But now there's a different day that we live in. There's a different day, Pam. You're not welcome here. Your disrespect is no longer going to be tolerated. So what I want you to do is I want you to find somewhere else to be. In the meantime, we'll take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back, fellas.
Hola. Ellas es mi hermanos de Colombia. Sí. The nombre es de Palanca, Hinta Palanca. Explain for me.
Diana,
Ana. And Ana. Ellas es hermanas. Sí. Y vivo aquí en Colombia, ¿no?
Sí. Raza palenquera.
Ah, Palenquera.
Sí.
¿Dónde está Palenquera?
Por María la Baja.
Okay. Gracias. Pues.
Se cuida.
Welcome back to the broadcast, you guys. I'm really sick and tired of having to deal with stuff like this. You know, you see black men talking. You wouldn't do that if it was a bunch of white dudes on here. We'd take your black ass somewhere else. You wouldn't do that because you have respect for them. The main problem that exists in the black community is black American women do not have respect for black men. You want everything but what you have. You don't like your children. You got black children, you want biracial children. You got biracial children, you still got a problem with her, or your daughter especially, because she's too light-skinned and you're jealous of her. You got a black man, you want a white man, you're never happy. And even when you ladies who get white men, you still come back and talk crap about black men because you're never happy. You're unhappy with yourselves. You're a cursed group of women. And until you get right with the Lord, nothing is going to work right in your life. Don't keep lashing out on us. For the most part, these black men you're dealing with are upstanding, hardworking black men. They are typical. They're excellent fathers, some of the best fathers in America, and you come over here to harass us. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. That's all I'm asking you to do. Leave your snarky comments and your bad attitude. Go take that over there with those women. I'm not Kevin. I'm not here to talk to you. I'm not here to change you. Whatever happens, happens. That's where I'm at. This is not your page. We're not friendly to angry, hostile women over here. Every now and then, if you're respectful, you're welcome to stay. But you ladies, you're disrespectful, and you deserve your comeuppance. You deserve whatever the Most High has in store for you. The question that I asked today, or my statement, modern men don't think modern women are worthy. God damn it, you have your answer right there, and you see why. Why would I want to sacrifice for my whole life and spend money that I don't have and work sun up to sundown and go to work and do all these things that it requires for a man to maintain a marriage financially, physically, emotionally, for a woman that don't even respect black men and is always going to treat you like a second-class citizen or third-class citizen? You behind the children and the dog. And more likely than not, she's going to file for divorce and try to take all your money if she's an American woman, especially these modern valueless women who are deficient when it comes to morality. Why would I do that? This is the only thing Kevin Samuels was trying to explain to you women. He was trying to give you the men's perspective. And you're so goddamn hard-headed, you didn't listen. Well, now he's gone. And he's not coming back. And we don't care anymore. That's where we at. And you see why. I'm a patient man. I'm a loving man. I'm a humble man. But it's people like that woman that came in early with that snarky comment. This is why black men are angry. This is why we need people to speak up for black men. This is where we are. For you guys who are offended by my harsh tone, I'm sorry. But I truly am upset when my brothers get treated like this because I'm good. I'm successful. But a lot of my black brothers are not. And I know, it's a modern man thing, and I get it. And I know white men, Hispanic men, Asian men are going through the same thing. But we're the tip of the spear. And we've been dealing with this shit for 50 years now. And some say even more. And it's not getting any better. The only difference is we've been bound and we've been shackled in our minds and told that we can't date anybody else or we're going to get kicked out of the black community. But now, you know what? We don't give a damn anymore. We're willing to go start our own community somewhere. We're willing to get women from other places who are cooperative, loving, and sweet to us. And we don't feel shamed anymore about doing it because we know y'all don't care about us, because we know y'all think we're clowns. That's what we know. And now that you've told us that, now that you've made it public, this new generation of black men, okay, we got you. Roger, checking out. This is where we are. You had your last prophet. Kevin Samuels is not coming back. You didn't listen to him. Hit the KS button for Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace, brother. He's not coming back. All you got left now is us. And it's going to be a quick slide down to the bottom. I know you still laughing because you think we clowns. But one thing we are is we are men and we are survivors. Black men have been on this planet since before everybody else. You believe in God, don't you? Y'all call yourselves Christians, don't you? Well, what was the first thing that God invented? A black man who came from the clay. That's according to the Bible you read. So that means we've been here and we're going to be here. And just like any other man, we can pick and choose whatever women we want to be with who are going to treat us with respect, because that's the most important thing. Peace and respect and being loved and treated like the men that we are. And if you lovely ladies won't do it, hell, if you horrible ladies won't do it, because that's what you are at this point. If you won't do it at this point, oh well. Enough is enough. We've had enough. We've had enough. We're tired. And we're tired of yelling and screaming and hollering at you. We're just tired. It's over, ladies. So whatever. The question was asked tonight. Do modern men think modern women are worthy? And the answer is no. The answer is no, ladies. And the second question, was Kevin Samuels right? I think emphatically we can agree the answer is hell yes, he was right. For those of you women who are good women, those of you women who are willing to submit and be cooperative and be wives, I wish you well. I truly do. I want to see more black children and black families out there. But more importantly, I want to see my brothers happy, because guess what? Let me explain something to you. I have young sons, and I'm a black man. And when black men are not happy, guess who they lash out against? It's not black women per se. Yeah, y'all might fuss and fight. They're not going over to the white man's community. They're not messing with the Hispanic man. They're going to lash out against other black men. They're going to take another black man's life because of the frustration and the anger that they have. They're going to make us their worst enemy. So it is in my best interest to try to do the best I can to help these black men find peace of mind and happiness. And that will oftentimes come with a beautiful woman who's loving and submissive and cooperative and who is willing to bear his children and take care of those children. That's where man finds peace. As an older man, I realize the most important thing is family. And marriage comes with family, because that's the best place to have children, is within marriage. So I believe in marriage. And I know there's a lot of dudes on the internet that tell you don't do it. I don't want y'all to be 55, 60, 70 years old and never been married. I don't want you never to have had children. That would be a disgrace. I want you to be the man that God wants you to be. And part of being a father is bearing your own children. That's why we look up to the Father. That's why we pray to the Father, because the Father is a central figure and the most important person in our universe. And you could be that to your children and your wife. I want that for you, brothers. Kevin wanted that for you, brothers. The man had been married twice and was willing to get married again. That's what he was on his way to. He wanted the same thing for himself that he was giving to us. But he, like us, couldn't find women that were worthy. Not in the community that we were dealing with. So y'all think about that as you call us clowns, as you refer to this as the clown hour. We're going to show you who the clowns are. You'll see. You're going to see who the goddamn clowns are. You got a taste of it during the beer virus lockdown. You got to get scared, huh? Didn't have nobody to go out there and get you that water, huh? You out there bad, huh? You suffering and struggling in them streets, huh? That welfare check didn't show up, huh? You down bad, huh? Yeah, you gonna see. But this time that was a drill. This time it's gonna be the real thing. But either way, man, God bless you guys. I appreciate everybody. JJ, Clarence, FBA Wrench Turner, Mr. Patton, Alvin, my man Lord Jerron, man, DJ, my rude boy came through. Everybody came through tonight, man. Delvin, everybody. Big shout out to everybody, man. Other than that, man, y'all enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekends coming up. It's Uncle D. I'm out, man.